Well, Nate, update on Nate. Still kind of day to day. We put him through an individual yesterday. More a lot of just shots, and still not sure. Evaluate again today and see from there. So day to day. I mean, I'm hopeful he'll play. I think if you asked him, he'd say he's going to play. So we'll see. Want him ready more than anything. Dupree as well. I mean, Dupree's doing well as well. So hopefully both can play.
So Dupree is obviously further along.
Yeah, I mean, Dupree more than anything was he just needed a break. You know, I think that our trainer looked at the schedule and said, okay, we can give him off for Christmas, and I think it's always going to be there. So it's more monitoring it and everything like that.
What was the sigh of relief like with Nate's MRI?
I mean, we played well, and I went out to dinner with the family, and I just kept checking my phone. So it was a big, big sigh of relief because he's obviously extremely important to our team, and he was playing well. So it didn't look good. I don't think the injury itself looked bad, but his obviously reaction didn't look great. So huge sigh of relief for everybody.
Hey, Richard, there was a couple games where Isaiah took 15, 16, 17 shots. Is that something you sit down and say you got to be more?
Stop shooting is what I say to him. Yeah, he's got to stop doing it. I think he has to understand, because he can really go by anybody. So understanding that you going by people, like, you don't have to do that every time. Sometimes just working the offense is a good thing. And then understand that when you're shooting 13% from three, you probably shouldn't shoot as many threes. But then they protest, and he says, I can make it type deal. But I do think he's getting better and understanding it. I think the last couple of games, better. Yeah, better. Obviously that Miami game, that was hard for him. But I do think a lot of it is he can just go by people at will. But he's just got to understand you got to run the offense, and you got to tone it down a little bit.
We have a talented, excitable freshman who's comes with has played like that in high school. Does it just take time to sort of figure out?
I think it takes time. Yeah, I really do. I think that he just has to have an understanding of, it's like anything else, offensively. Sometimes when the game's going up and down and you just have to have a feel and slow down a little bit and work the clock a little bit, he just doesn't understand that. But I do think that in time he'll get there. I really do. I think that he loves the game, lives for basketball, loves basketball. It's just a learning experience more than anything. But I do think he's had some really good practices. We've watched a lot of film, me and him. We've watched Kyrie Irving, loves Kyrie Irving. And just trying to show him, how Kyrie plays and how that can translate.
With Amir and Dupree both trying to get them and Nate, this is your backcourt from last year to play as a unit. I mean, Dupree's been out a couple games. Nate obviously was injured in the second half, but to get those three playing together and at a high level, in the Big Ten play, how key is that for this team with those guys that played together last year?
Murph and Reggie don't count, or are you just talking about the backcourt?
Your backcourt, I mean.
Yeah, it's important. It's important they all play well together. I mean, I think that, I think with those three guys, if you're talking about those three specifically, it's getting them to move the ball. Because, again, I think they all could score the ball well, but getting everybody to share it. I do think that we put Michael in that lineup. That ball moved better. But getting some consistency, some continuity. Dupree's been in and out, obviously. To get them to be really comfortable with each other is important.
And, obviously, Dupree, you wanted, when he's healthy, he's probably in that starting lineup, even though I know you don't like to use the starting lineup.
You love it.
Yeah. But you want those three playing together for the most part. Michael played pretty well.
I mean, I want whoever's playing well. I don't know. I think you're trying to trick me into saying something for whatever you're going to write, and I'll gladly help you. So what?
For experience sake, those three, they've been through,
Yeah.
on the road, and
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that when we're clicking, I just think it's been hard for Dupree because he was out for the summer, and he just has not been able to get healthy. But I think they got really good chemistry.
What's Harvard?
How's Harvard? They've got 4 top 100 kids. I mean, Tommy Amker's done an unbelievable job. I don't know, it's 10, 12 years or whatever, but he's had a great run there. But they're young. They've played a bunch of road games. They're weird because when you watch them, they're talented, they're well coached, they play hard. They just haven't made shots. They just, for whatever reason, and they're a good shooting team. And extremely difficult preparation. They're very, very talented. Like I said, 4 top 100 kids. But they're young. I think it's a game, if we can get it, I think they're going to win a lot of games. That's the key to scheduling, is scheduling teams who are going to win a lot of games. So if we are to win, I think it's a top 100 win, top 75 win. I do think that they'll figure it out. Hopefully not tomorrow, though.
The schedule's prepared you about as well as any non-conference.
It's brutal. Yeah, it is brutal. And it's trying to get our team, our fans, everybody to understand, like, we're sitting at 11-3. We got 2 really good wins under our belt at Providence College, who just beat St. John's by 20 on the road. I mean, Providence is going to be, in my opinion, an NCAA tournament team. Alabama is going to be an NCAA tournament team. And then obviously we lost 2 on the road. There were difficult environments, and Miami at home. I thought we let that one slip away. So it's been as tough of a non-conference, and you count those 2 Big Ten games as non-conference. But our guys should be prepared. I mean, we've had everything thrown at us. But I love where we sit. I still like this team a lot. And I think we got a lot of good basketball to play.
Is it important to you at all? I mean, what is the importance, I guess, of having Nate Dupree maybe available to play tomorrow to where they aren't coming into the Big Ten, coming out missing time and having to work back in then?
Well, it's important because Harvard's a good team that could beat us. Harvard's they played Kentucky tough at Kentucky. They're a very, very talented team. So you don't have 2, you start in backcourt, you're probably going to lose a game. So that's the most important thing.
Do you have a better sense of what you're going to get from your bench?
I think it's gotten better. Yeah, I think those last 2 games really helped us. I mean, Michael Hurt got very, very valuable minutes. I think Devontae's starting to get some confidence. Last game helped him out. Bakari and Gass have gotten good quality minutes. Even Jameer Harris, and Isaiah's played, obviously. So I do feel better about it. Hard to feel good about it at Arkansas. At Nebraska. I mean, it's just hard to develop it. We've had good practices leading up to it.
Is Fitzgerald, I mean, you knew sort of it's going to take him some time to come back, right? Is he sort of a X factor, a wild card off your bench?
He's a wild card. I don't know if he's an X factor, but he's definitely a wild card. Yeah, we do. Because, like last year, Curry was the backup 4 and the backup 5. So him going down, we need Fitzgerald. And when Fitzgerald is healthy and confident, a lot of it's mental with him. He's had some injuries. So there's some fear factor, But when he could be a great rebounder, great defender, great shot blocker. And I think that I do think that he's going to start giving us really, really valuable minutes. But, he sat out for 2 years, so it's just been it's taken some time. Good size, good length. All right, thank you.
Guys, to get a good report on Nate's ankle, nothing long-term, it doesn't sound like. Was that pretty relieving for you to hear, Dupree?
Yeah, knowing, it's his last year, so you expect all great things from him. So something like that would have really been devastating. But he's all right, and, we're hoping for a comeback very soon.
And Amir, last year you guys lost a senior guard, Akeem, kind of at an important time of the season. When you saw Nate struggling to get up, was it like, oh no, not again?
Yeah. Anytime someone is struggling to get up, you always think the worst. Like, this could happen or this could happen. But, we all prayed for him that night and got the good news back. So it was good to hear that's not long term.
Dupree, for yourself, missing the last couple games, coming back hopefully against Harvard. How big is that for you going into the Big Ten play?
It's going to give me some momentum going into Big Ten play. I was kind of down. These guys been keeping me up. Telling me to just stay positive, hope for the best. Because it hurts when you're not at 100%, can't perform the way you want to. But you just have to stick with it and just keep going, just keep embracing the grind, and then it'll be your time eventually.
Was that break really good for you?
Yeah, I just got some rest, got some treatment. And I just needed a break, needed to get my mind together, hang out with the fam. I had talks with my uncle, my aunt. She's real big on basketball for me. So, just talking to them made me realize, don't be in such a rush. Rushing can also be helpful or it could be bad, just reoccurring the injury. So just having that little break, set my mind free, really did it.
Do you feel like you're close to 100% now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting there. I feel like in Big Ten play, you'll see me like kind of getting back to myself.
How long has that injury kind of been bothering you? Has it been a while?
I mean, it just hurt. What game was this? After the Drake game, just after one practice, and our staff, just wanted to take precaution, just make sure it doesn't come back anymore. So they sat me out, and they kept hurting. So they sat me out for the next 2 games, just to rest.
For you, Amir, what was it like, just, being that guy with the experience in there with Michael, replacing Dupree, and then also, when Nate was out, just trying to make sure you guys didn't lose that game and you kept playing well?
It was different for me because that was the first time this year that I didn't really have like the upperclassmen in the game with me. Like Nate and Pre are usually always in the game with me, and we still have Murph. But just kind of stepping into that leadership role with that group of guys that we had on the court, it was kind of a first for me on this team.
And moving forward, obviously Dupree and Nate back healthy in the Big Ten, but how do you see that backcourt, when healthy, doing things for you in the Big Ten?
It's kind of funny because this year we haven't had a lot of games with a full healthy team. We're still doing decent right now, but I think when we have a full healthy team, we could be pretty dangerous. I don't see too many teams that can play with us when we're healthy and have everybody 100%.
Sounds like you possibly might have everybody back on tomorrow. Would that be important just to kind of regain some of that continuity and be kind of at full strength?
Yeah.
Into the Big Ten?
Yeah, it would. Like I said, we haven't had too many games with a full team. So just getting a couple guys back would mean a lot, especially going into Big Ten play. Just starting off strong with them.
Do you think it'll be helpful to get in just a rhythm with the schedule? You've had so many breaks recently. Will it feel good to get into Big Ten play and have 2-3 games a week consistently?
Yeah, well, the early schedule is always kind of weird, with the scheduling games and when you play, but Big Ten is kind of consistent. It's really just playing the same teams over, but you get used to it, and the scheduling is always like the same. So just getting back into that will be good for us.
Coach said that you guys have been passing the ball a lot better in the last few games. How important is that just to keep the ball moving and offensively for you guys to play that high level?
That's really important. That's important on every team to share the ball and get everybody involved. And I think that's something we've been doing good as of lately, and we've really been working on it in practice. And really, we have a lot of weapons on our team. So when we move the ball, anybody can make a play. So I think that's something that will help us a lot.
Pretty later in January, you guys are going to have a game in New York City. Are you looking forward to being able to play back home and possibly in front of some family?
Yep, my first time ever playing in the Garden, so that would be special. But playing in front of family and friends, you don't really look to do too much. You just look to make the right plays. People tend to try to show out. That's not me. I just want to get the W.
Looking forward to the Big Ten championships possibly later in Madison Garden as well.
Yeah, of course. Go back home for that too.
Dupree, just from the bench, what were you able to observe of Isaiah and just the way that he handled a little bit more playing time?
From the bench, you get to see a lot of things differently, especially as a spectator. And I got that from Eric. You know, he's the one saying, I see why Coach P yells at y'all. I see why he tries to get y'all going. So when I got to see it, I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, this is what we need to work on. So, you know, having Isaiah out there, he didn't really try to do too much. He tried to make the right plays. But, you know, he's a freshman, so, you know, he has to gain trust with Coach P so that he'll be out there on the floor later in crunch time.
Do you think his confidence, obviously when he struggled a little bit in the starting role, after that, it kind of wavered a little bit and it's coming back now?
Yeah, you know, the ball doesn't go in early, you lose confidence. And I just told him the other day, and Coach P had a conversation with him, said, I was just telling him, like, I was just in your shoes, like, literally 2 years ago. I wasn't shooting the ball well. The ball wasn't going in for me. But you just have to stay consistent with the work, and it'll come. So I showed him, like, after middle of the season, how I started to progress and do better, and I think that's exactly what he's starting to do.